What's up, guys? I am here with part 3 of my collection video. This is going to be my high-end binder, along with just a little bit of sealed product I have with me right now. I have it in 2 different locations. I will kind of go over some of the sealed stuff that I have in a different location, but here we'll start with just some of my just loose cards. First thing is a DT graded 9 dual terminal 1 Bryonic. I picked this up super cheap. This is probably like I don't know, maybe $200-300, somewhere in that realm, I'd imagine. I got that really cheap for what it is. Not really sure what they go for. Up next, I do have, I know I said something about it before, but here's another first edition starter deck Yugioh Dark Magician. I put it in this because I was playing Send to Someone, but that ended up not happening. Here's another Bandai card. So this is Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. This comes as both 3-piece cards or just 1 card. And actually the fusion card for this is this little medallion in the middle. I forget exactly what that card's called. Diabolical Chain or something like that. It's the power that fuses 3 blue eyes. We have this cool little Piplup Japanese Pokemon card for the 25th anniversary Pokemon card game. I'm not entirely sure how I got this, to be honest. I don't remember getting it, but I have it. I have this, which is a gold rare Blue Eyes White Dragon. So this is from Legendary God Box 1. So this is quite a bit more expensive and rare than our TCG counterpart gold Blue Eyes. I actually forgot I had this, and I'm not entirely sure where I got this, to be honest. But a very nice card nonetheless. And then this is something I actually really enjoy, is I have both the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes cards. These are both hard cards with the original casing for 20th anniversary. So they both have the original pack casing. This one's inside of like a cool little plastic sleeve so it doesn't get scratched. And the Dark Magician is all kind of scratched up. I did put it inside of here because I don't have this cool little sleeve for that. So I'm gonna lay these off to the side. I have a few other things that I will go over at the end of the video. So let's move into the actual collection. Again, I love 3-ring. I guess this is a 4-ring binder, but I think they look so cool. I have this really nice Charizard card. So I'm gonna loop a lamp out of the way. There we go. Opening this up, we do reach the first page, and you're probably thinking, this is a very non-exciting first page. So what we have here is what's, I guess, not widely referred to because this is a very unknown product. These are what's called the K series. So as many players know, UDE did come out with some counterfeit cards, being literally every single one of these cards that came as an ultimate rare in some of their product. Well, for a very short time, Konami did something where you could send them the ultimate rares, and in return, they would give you these rares marked by a little K at the very end. So all the cards are like that. Here I have all of them. They're pretty rare and pretty hard to find. I've almost never seen them. The only card that I have solid sales data on is someone once told me they sold this for about, I think it was $250. They sold one of these, maybe a little bit more. I forget. Overall, I would estimate that all these cards together, these K series I have, maybe somewhere in the $1,000 range. It's hard to say. I'm not really sure. Do note that I am missing 2 cards, being Fluta Summoning Karibo and Mist Body. Yeah, those 2 cards. I've seen one of them. I've seen them once, maybe, and that was it. And then this card has a very interesting story. So one of the reasons I wanted to start collecting Duel Masters, so this is Bull Media Steel Dragon. Very, very historical Duel Masters cards before it became Kaijito. This card, I found out pretty recently, is roughly $400 to $500. Some places I've seen it as high as $700. I'm not entirely sure, but I found out the price of this card and then immediately put it inside of this binder. So going on to the next page, we get some other really cool stuff. So I did mention that I absolutely love Premium Pack 1 and 2 cards that were printed as secret rares. So all these were originally super rares, misprinted or gift printed or, I don't know, Easter egg printed, whatever you want to say, as secret rares. Of all these cards, by far, Hecatrice and Elemental Hero Heat are the hardest ones to get. I think the highest offer I've had for any of these, no one's offered to buy any of these, But I did have someone once offer 250 a piece for the Heat and the Lady Heat. I did not do it because just finding these cards alone was one of the toughest things I've had to do to collect in Yugioh. So I guess you probably find them a little bit cheaper than 250. I don't know, I've not seen too many open sales. I think occasionally they pop up on TCG Player for these. So I think the general range is roughly maybe like, I don't know, around the 80 to 100, probably closer to 150 to 180 range. I couldn't even begin to guess. Near mint, 350, and then probably around 250. And the rarest or most expensive for whatever reason, Elemental Hero Knops, I've yet to find a decent price on one of those. Typically, people are trying to get about 450 out of that, and I'm not about that. But Elemental Hero Heat, this is one of my favorite cards in my collection. Certainly one of the hardest to find. On to the next page, we have 2 Ultimate Rare Dads. I am/was trying to get one more. That is definitely a hard card to find. Ultimate First Ed Goyo, Arm Dragon Level 7, 3 Super Divas that luckily I got these before the price spike of Sprite or whatever they call it. I don't want to go over how much I had to pay, but I traded for these. I didn't really pay so much for them. But certainly, now I think they're like $300 a piece almost. This is indeed Shonen Jump Championship, Ultra Rare, Darkened Dragon. I do really like Max Rarity Edison. And Max Rarity Goat, as you'll see. Here is a Horus the Black Flame Dragon. A little bit interesting one on this. So typically it's a $200 to $300 card. However, you see the AE there. This is an Asian English. Someone did offer me $600 card. So as I've talked about a few times, Asian English, typically a lot more expensive. I was offered $600 on that. I turned it down. Someone who's pretty wealthy in terms of Asian English knowledge has informed me that's probably about 2 to 3 times that amount. So a little closer to $1,500 to $1,800. Next page, we continue my love for Max Rarity, Gladiator Beast. So 3 ulti first Test Tigers, 2 Super Bestiarity, 2 Super Icarus Tech. I was trying to get one more, but that card spiked very hard, very fast. DD Crow, same thing. I wanted more, but it got too expensive. Here we have Magical Formula that, I don't know. This is German, first edition. It's been a while since I checked this on TCG Player, but they were roughly about almost $1,000. So I think it was $900 for Germans. I don't know if I believe that one. I don't know if I believe that. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think on price of that. Moving on, one of my favorite cards of all time is Emergency Teleport. So I got 3 ultis of those. Brain Troll Lightning Vortex. Still trying to complete the set on these, but again, sometimes cards just get too expensive, even for me. Next page, more stuff that I wanted to complete sets on, and I just never did. Especially these Swap Frogs. This card got really expensive really quick. Actually, I got these on a steal many years ago, just based on a whim. I don't even know why. But I picked these up for about $16 each. Actually, it's the same thing for these. I got these dualities at $30 each. I paid $16 each on those. I think I paid $70 per bottomless trap hole. Dust Shoots, I don't remember. I've had those for so many years. Here we have some Evil Hero and Destiny Hero cards. This is the original Crush Card Virus, and then 3 Cyber Dragon. So these are from DR4. I want to say they're a little over $100 each. I don't know. I think it was about $14 each for them at the time. Altis were still too expensive for me, so I did pick up these marvelous DR4, which DR4 Ultras look so good. All the Ultras. They just look like there's literally just some kind of layer of gold right over top of them. So those look awesome. Definitely glad I was able to get those. So here we go to my Retro Pack 2 collection. I love Retro Pack 2. I think it's one of the best sets of all time. It was my goal to collect every single secret rare. I think I'm missing only Ultimate Dragon Master Knight or whatever it's called, and Victory Dragon. So something interesting you'll notice with these, I'll pull them out. It's gonna be the scores, is unlimited. So it's also got a ton of foil bleed. This is one of the mintiest cards I own. So I've seen these on sale for anywhere from like $1,000 to $1,300 for unlimited gores. This I also paid a pretty premium price for, not to go into it too much. And then something I've never seen. I've only seen this maybe 2 times, to be completely honest. is the Unlimited Secret Rare Retro Pack 2 Green Baboon. I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 of those in my entire life as English. I've seen a few foreign copies, but not too many. I would like to get this in English as well. So it's funny, a couple years ago, well, many years ago, for my birthday, someone bought me some Retro Pack 2 packs, and I pulled an English Harpies Pet Dragon, and then I sold it for 20 bucks. So that was sad, but overall, quality of Secret Rares in Retro Pack 2, much higher than quality of Secret Rares in Retro Pack 1. I do believe if you have like legitimate extra cash laying around and you're trying to invest in some kind of set, Retro Pack 2. Retro Pack 2, Retro Pack 2. I'm not sure Yu-Gi-Oh's really something to invest in, but I think Retro Pack 2 secrets in general, outside of like Gores, outside of obviously Blue Eye Shining Dragon, which even mod play, one of these are hitting like close to $1,000. Outside of the Gores, this, and maybe Green Baboon, depending on what you can find them for, maybe even Light and Darkness Dragon, which are all hitting pretty darn high. This set, Secret Rares, are something that you can find pretty cheap, and I think years down the road, you'll get a pretty decent return. Over to this page, we have 3 Super Merchants, 3 Super Metamorphosis, and 3 Super Book Moons. So funny thing about GOAT format is I've been playing GOAT format since literally the inception of GOAT format. So I'm talking 2013. I was sitting in a public library playing GOAT format with a good friend of mine, and it was the only format that I played at the time. I've always loved Higharity cards. I've always been a collector. So I actually picked up these Super Metamorphosis, all extremely mint at that time. I think one I paid $30, one I paid $50, and then a couple years later I picked up my third for about $100. Same thing with the Book of Moons. I think I ended up paying $100 of all these, and they are a light play to, maybe one's mod play, I don't quite remember, but definitely more in the light play realm. These are all near mint. Magical Merchants, I didn't pick those up till a lot later on because I wasn't really playing them at the time, but I think I definitely paid a lot more on those, maybe $150 each or something like that. But overall, I got a very quality deal in return. Here is just some other cool cards. So same thing with the face. I picked those up super cheap. All these as well, compared to what they are now. I got this pretty recently in part of a trade that included a card that we'll see later on. I traded an entire case of whatever, not the newest premium gold set, but the second newest, the one that had like the Blue Eyes White Dragon in it, I think, as a gold rare. Had a lot of other good cards, like El Dorado or something like that. I don't know. But I got that, and one other card that we'll see here soon. So all these Zimmer Masters, I don't know if you can see it, but they are first edition on all those. Maxi, that was the other card that I got. So I got a Maxi, this Magical Stone Excavation, I think like a Fraligator. So, and these are pushing up to $1,000, I think was the most recent price point that I had seen for that case of Maximum Gold. But here we have 3 Alti Tour Guides for no particular reason. I don't really play any formats with Tour Guide, but I had one of them, found a second one pretty cheap, and then decided to pick up the third one just because I wanted to play set. Dandelions I have for Edison because I do really enjoy Quick Draw. And then here's some OCG alternate rares because OCG alternate rares are so nice, except for this one. I do not like Chaos Emperor Dragon. I think it looks so bad as an alternate rare. It does not mix in with these other ones. This is not a retro ultimate rare. So these ones came out many, many years ago. I think this one was, I don't know how recent, but it was a little bit more recent. And I just only have it here because of these guys. It's not expensive. I don't like them. So again, some of these cards can go in other binders and stuff can get mismatched, but some things are in here simply to complete sets of cards, and I just don't like that one. Here we have a few more OCG Ultimates, so possibly one of the greatest Ultimates of all time, and I actually wanted to get one more, and if the right time comes up or I see it, is the SM51. I don't even want to take it out. One is maybe mod play to light play, and then the other one's light play, but you're talking, I couldn't even begin to give you a price. Probably like, I've seen some of these around 3,000, I think, for near mints. So maybe even like the mod plays are 1,000 to 1,500. Light plays a little closer to 2,000. My Red Eyes, I think you can see it through the sleeve, has a pretty gnarly bend right there, but even mod play, I think Red Eyes still hits like 500 to 700. Dark Magician, maybe the cheapest, around 300 of these big 3. This one I think is 300 to 500, give or take. I don't think these are too expensive. Maybe about $100 to $200 each. But again, my goal was to collect every Summon Skull ever, and this just reaffirms why I love Summon Skull. So I'm a huge fan of these. Still looking for that Blue Eyes White Dragon one more. I need Guy of the Fierce Knight. That's a big one. It's also extremely expensive. Shoot, I think probably Barrel Dragon's the other really big one that I need. So going on to the next page, more OCG cards. So here we have 2 Ultimate Rare Magician of Black Chaos. Very, very beautiful card. I think typically goes for about 200, 220. And then we have, well, here's 3 Ultra TU Chaos Workers. But here we have Gate Guardian Ultra Rare, Tryon Dragon Ultra Rare, and 2 Magician of Black Chaos. So here's the thing about Magician of Black Chaos is I think this is also about 180 to 220, give or take. But this is a Tokyo Dome prize card. So not a prize card, but literally for any tournament, you got one of these. Gate Guardian, I think you got one if you won the first round. I think this is one of the best looking cards. Another card that just looks like has a layer of just gold laid over top of it. Its film is so nice. If you won, I think it was every 2 rounds. If you won, you got a new card. So Gate Guardian was a first round prize. This was a 3rd round prize. So Gate Guardian, I want to say sits at about 250. These at about 180. And this one was about $600, so $600 to $700. And obviously, the rarer cards get, the more expensive they get. I would really like to get Serpent Night Dragon, but you're talking probably 5 or 6 figures at that point for anything like Serpent Night Dragon beyond. So like day 2 prizes and things like that. So Serpent Night Dragon, Meteor Black Dragon, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, things like that. Like, you can't even, no way, never. Next page, some Flamevels, Volcanics, plus 2 Super Smashings. I did try to get an Ultra Blaze Accelerator recently. It was this one and Fearmonger. Try to get them as Ultra Rares. But the Fearmonger asking price was $15,000, which maybe a few months ago I would have said yes, but right now it's not the right time in my life to go after something like that. CPs, all CPs. So also got really good prices. Again, when I bought into a lot of GOAT format stuff was a while ago. So a big collector, I don't sell stuff once I have it. So definitely got super lucky with a lot of this stuff. Here, just Ulti first, not first ed, but still Ulti. 3 Ultra Italian Caius, which Italian is probably the one language that I'm willing to buy other than English. So I also got these at a very good price. A card that again is somewhere between $300 and $400 a piece. I still spent a lot on the set. The set still set me back like I think $450 on the entire set, but not bad for what it is now, especially as I play Edison. Ulti Instant Fusion, some Super Wind Blast, Solemn Brigade. Here's 2 really good cards, really cool. So a set that I also want to complete. These are from Premium Pack 2. So Premium Pack 2 came out with 2 different printings. One of Ultra Rares and one of Super Rares. Super obviously being much cheaper. But these were reprints of the original World Prize cards, being the metal, they were like the piece of metal Zera, Fiend's Hand Mirror, Super Warline, and Blackluster Soldier. These cards, while not too expensive, I think this is a little over $100. This was about $80 to $90. Not too expensive, but as Ultra Rares, extremely hard to find. Certainly completing the set and getting more of those has also been a challenge. Certainly even more so on my location. Few Ghost Rares, even the first, so this was one of my very first, this legitimate, like this exact card, was one of my first ever synchros. Certainly is the reason Stardust Dragon is my favorite card of all time now. I love that. Here we got some Ghost Rares, Stardust, Ancient Fairy, Black Rose. These are not first ed. This one is first ed. I wish I had a few more of these, but I only picked up one of them in the past. But I am just very happy to have this. The thing about this, in every single card that you see with these, whatever pink flower bordered sleeves, these are cards that would go into my Max Ray Edison deck. But if I flip it over, these super cool Duelist Kingdom sleeves. So this is stuff that's very hard to find. These were printed many, many years ago. They're not too expensive, but just finding them has definitely been a challenge. Here's some more miscellaneous stuff. We have an Ultra Morphing Jar, 10,000 Dragon, my second Blue Eye Shining. Again, gotta try to get every card, every printing of Summon Skulls. So I definitely had to pick up that Metal Raiders one. This is very, very nice condition. Some random alties and first Gaia and a turn pack blue or Beast Call Dragon. Once I get to a more local area, I try to find this in first ed, but first ed of these are like $400 to $500 or something. I don't know. That's not in the budget right now, that's for sure. I think this is my last page of the binder is my high rarity zombie cards. So every format that I play in, I am a zombie player through and through. Whether it's GOAT format, I play zombies. Tactical evolution format, I play zombies. Some kind of synchro format, or just like when this was released, I play zombies. Street Reaper is one of my all-time favorite cards. It has a great effect, but that is it for my high-end binder. If I estimate each one of these cards, which this is gonna be like low-balling for sure, because most of these cards are worth like 500 plus, a lot of them are. But if I just estimate like $100, I think it was, I'll say 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 200 times 9 is roughly, I'll just say $2,000 a page. So times 20 pages, what, $40,000. So I think that's lowballing. I'd really put this binder a little closer to 50,000, but somewhere between 40 and 50,000 is essentially what I would kind of price this binder out just by looking at it. I will go into a few sealed products I have beyond that. So here is a box of first edition Toon Chaos, which sits at about 350, 320 to 350 range on TCG Player. And then to go along with this, I do have a sealed case. Well, it's not sealed, I opened it actually, unfortunately. But I have the entire case of Toon Chaos in my house. So I'll estimate about another 4,000 there. Here we have extremely rare, first edition Duelist Revolution. Now remember, this is the box with Scrap Dragon, Pot of Duality, Effect Veiler, Solemn Warning. I think a few other absolute just bomb cards inside of here. It has been a long time since I've looked this up. I think it sits around 3,000 to 3,500 just because it's first ed. This is by far the rarest 5Ds box. To go along with this, some more sealed product I have is I have a first edition, well, I have two first ed Enemy of Justice. I have a first edition Shadow of Infinity, first edition Cybernetic Revolution, first edition Strike and Neos, and a sealed box of, not Duelist Revolution, Duelist Genesis. So overall, just like sealed boxes, I think I have close to $15,000 in sealed boxes. So binder plus sealed boxes, I'm estimating about $60,000. And then here are my two really biggest ones. So first thing is going to be this. So definitely one of the cooler cards I've come across. Not so much a card, but have all the identifying documentation to go along with it is this platinum. I don't think this is platinum. I think platinum is different, but this metallic dark magician roll. So hard to put a value on this thing. Anywhere from, I don't know, 2,500 to 3,000. But this is an OCG only product where you could enter in a sweepstake kind of thing to get it. Only 10,000 remain. It says right here. This is number 7,484 of 10,000 created. So not available outside Japan and extremely rare. I haven't seen a price on these in a long time. So somewhere between, again, 2,500 to 3,000. I think it's probably like a pretty decent mark to place that at. Once I buy a house one day, I will actually show this off. It'll look good. Let me lay this to the side. And finally, probably my rarest piece of Yu-Gi-Oh product, anything. Part of the reason I wanted to collect the entirety of Retro Pack 2 Secret Rares, and eventually the set, is this sealed display of Retro Pack 2. As you see there, comes with cores, however, that is the limited edition. So you rarely find these. Again, last I heard, I got this about a year ago, 2 years ago maybe? I forget, it's been a while. Paid a lot of money for it, but I think the lowest sold at the time on eBay was roughly $10,000. I think there have been a couple sales below that, but I would estimate this is still in the realm of, I don't know, 7,000, 8,000 maybe. Hard to say. Again, stuff like this just doesn't pop up, and I certainly don't do a lot of research on some of this stuff because I don't sell this. I am strictly a collector. I don't sell my stuff. I don't like to resell. If I have some stuff that I want to trade, I'll trade it, but adding this, I estimate this binder plus the other binder and stuff, somewhere in the realm of 100,000. Just sat $180,000 to $200,000 is what I estimate for Yu-Gi-Oh collection. So after watching this, let me know what you guys think. If you like the collection, it's basically everything I have. Obviously, I have things like mats and Yu-Gi-Oh sleeves and whatnot, but that is the full inventory of everything I have. If you guys have watched this, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.